What is up, YouTube? Thought I would do a little updated day in the life update on everything post Ibiza, post shoot, where I'm at now, where we're going, and yeah, just spend the day with me. I'm currently on my way to Reformer Pilates. I haven't been to Reformer Pilates for, oh my god, it's got to have been a year nearly. No, it can't be a year. Maybe since like I got the coach, which must have been October. I think it was when I got my coach, because Pilates is expensive and my coach is also expensive, but well worth the money. And I can't do both. Plus, I think when I was in like the depths of prepping for the shoot, I didn't have energy to do anything. Like, Reformer Pilates is hard, and if you've done it, you'll know. I think a lot of people just think it's like stretching on a machine. It's really not. So I'm gonna go to Reformer Pilates just because we were gonna go out for breakfast today as my like off-plan meal, but I decided, just decided to have a slow Sunday morning. So yesterday we had like an indoor barbecue with like a Greek inspired indoor barbecue. It was so good. I'll put a picture up here if I can find one. It was so good. So yeah, I just thought, let's just, I don't know, I enjoy my rest day food quite a lot, and my rest day food is pretty much what I'd go out to eat, so I just thought, why not control it and just have it at home. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to go to Reformer Pilates, and I'm going to go home and have my breakfast. So I'm really nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I am. I've not been for so long, so I feel like I'm just really nervous. Like, I don't know, I feel like a bit of a noob. But let's go and see what my body can remember from the last time I did Reformer. I really enjoyed that class. Like, really enjoyed it. I'm so glad I went. I don't know what spurred me on just to book a random class, but I used to go like 2, maybe 3 times a week to Reformer, and again I stopped just because of the cost. I actually qualified to be an instructor last May? Was it last May? Maybe. Because I loved it that much. I sort of had the vision to go and teach at that studio. But just work got in the way, and work got really busy, and I just couldn't juggle both. It would have been a lot. I'd have just run myself into the ground. So kind of got put on the back burner a bit, but I think the option is still there if I wanted to go and teach maybe a few classes a week, which I think would be really manageable. I just need to get my sort of confidence back and just get, you know, a bit more refreshed and whatever into it. But I think that would just be like a really nice thing to go and do. So maybe watch this space. But I am absolutely starving. And this breakfast I look forward to since Wednesday, which is the last time I had it. And it's just eggs, avo, and spinach tomatoes on sourdough. So basically the same foods I was eating before, just with added sourdough, and we are no longer on 20 grams of avocado. We are on 50 grams of avocado. So my fats are increasing, which is good. I'm really into like healthy fats. I think that they are really good for you. Fats aren't something that should be avoided. So it's nice to get some healthy fats back into my diet. So I'm having, for the moment, just 1 egg and 50 grams egg whites. And I'm trying to clean up as I go because, yeah. I'm also gasping for coffee. I don't know if we're going out today for coffee or not. I'm not sure. Mike stayed up to watch the England match last night. So I think he's only not long got up because he wanted to get his full 8 hours sleep. I, on the other hand, watched until, I think I watched until half time and then just was like, I need to go to bed. And last night was the first night's sleep, good night's sleep that I've had in quite a while, because it has been so hot, which I always say it can be as hot as it wants in the day, but I need my sleep. Like, if it could just cool down at night, that would be perfect. And it did last night. So I think today is supposed to be another really nice day. It was like 20 degrees at 8:30 when I was on my way back from Pilates. So today the POA is to line the garden pretty much most of the day, because that's what I wanted to do yesterday and I didn't get to do that. But yesterday I went to go and shoot some, I got asked at the gym I go to go and shoot some new clothes for their collection, which, first of all, I'm just like, you're asking me? You want me to come and do that? I don't know, that's just a bit wild. I don't know. I'm just imposter syndrome. I'm just like, why would you want me to come and do it? But I had a really good time, and I'm glad I went, because I was a bit sort of like hesitant and being like, oh, I don't know, should I? But I'm really glad that I went to go and do it. And yeah, I actually felt really good. The photographer made me feel amazing. She was blowing some serious smoke up my ass, so that was quite nice. That is, look at that perfect avocado. That never happens. So I also bought some sourdough bread from our favourite bakery in Worcester called Peter Cook's. So I bought a big sourdough loaf, and Mike very kindly sliced it for me. I've frozen it so I can have this, if I can break it apart. Oh, you're telling me I can have all that sourdough? Life is good. Yeah, just a bit of an update on where I am with my training at the minute. I was on a rotation. I'm now on like a 5-day split. So Monday legs, Tuesday upper, Wednesday rest, Thursday legs, Friday upper, Saturday legs. We are very leg focused. I think my coach wants to build up my hamstrings and glutes. So I have two glute days a week now, but we might switch back onto a rotation just because I'm not recovering very well from doing so many leg days in such a short space of time. So might be back on a rotation next week, which I'm not mad about. I quite enjoy being on a rotation, so we'll see. Plus I wanted more upper work. Like, I know that I'll need to grow my legs and whatever, but I just want massive shoulders. So yeah, we're going to add, I think, maybe another shoulder day in, but my calories have increased quite a lot since obviously being on prep. So my workouts are feeling better, I'm feeling a lot stronger. So I'm really enjoying my workouts at the minute. Like, the feeling of being strong and being able to lift more is just, it's so good. I'm just having a great time. But yeah, let's crack on making this breakfast. Breakfast is served. Oh, hot sourdough is thick. Eek! I'm going to smash this down. Oh, me and Mike have just been for a massive walk, and the weather is just, it's stunning. It is absolutely stunning. I'm a bit hot and flustered now though, so please excuse me. Thought I would answer a few questions that I've had on my Instagram, just about post sort of shoot and what's next and all the rest of it. So I thought I'd address it on here, just because there's certain things that I've learned from this whole experience and maybe things to like take going forward. So the first question I've been asked loads is, would I do it again? And my answer at the time was no. My answer after I've done the shoot is 1000% yes. I just feel like I'm now a bit more aware of what it takes, like the discipline. I'm now aware of the process a bit more, and I just think I know what to expect next time, and hopefully next time around I'll have built a lot more muscle in this building phase, that I won't necessarily need to diet so hard. I am only 5 foot tall, so I feel like for short girls dieting is it's a lot harder anyway. So I just think if I've got more muscle on me, my metabolism will be higher, my energy needs will be higher, so I just won't need to diet as hard. So I'm hoping that would be the case, but I would 100% do this again. I'm pretty sure that Nate does these every single year, so I will definitely be in for next year's photo shoot. So yeah. Another question that I've been asked loads is, would I ever compete? The answer is kind of yes and no. The answer is kind of yes, because it would be something, it's competing and getting on stage is like a whole other ball game. It's like a whole other thing, and I just think it would be really eye-opening to do it and to understand it. And I do genuinely love this lifestyle. I love bodybuilding. I love everything that comes with it. So in a way, it would be really interesting to do it and to see if I can push myself, and not necessarily to do it to go and win, but to do it and put yourself through that experience and just sort of live it. But on the other side, I feel like no, because I love food too much. I enjoy going out on a weekend and having like a coffee and all the rest of it, and it is a very selfish thing to do. Like, I feel like bodybuilding is kind of like a lone sport, but it does affect everybody else around you. So I feel like maybe it wouldn't be fair on Mike necessarily, because it would stop us going away, going on trips. It would stop him, us going out for food. And I'm not saying that going out for food is like the absolute be all and end all of everything, but I don't know, I feel like it would stop him living as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a yes and no kind of thing. If you'd have asked me at the end of that shoot, would you do this again for 10 weeks to get down to a body fat acceptable to get on stage or get into the condition you need to get on stage? I mean, I haven't got anywhere near enough muscle to get on stage. I would have to do like a full, like a year's building, I would assume. I'd have said no. Like, the thought of doing that for another 10 weeks was no. But I suppose if you're in the mindset of, I've got another 10 weeks left, that's your mindset. So yeah, it's kind of like a yes and no sort of conversation. So the other thing it taught me was to, next time round, is just to accept that you will be hungry, accept that there will be hard days, there will be days when you're tired, there'll be days when you have absolutely zero patience and zero tolerance for anyone and anything. And I think you've just got to accept that and just move on. You'll always get through your hardest days. You will always wake up the next day and feel amazing, generally because of the accomplishment. I'm not saying you're going to feel amazing in your body. You'll probably feel very tired. But there are always small wins that you can take away from that. And I just think the sense of achievement in your mind far outweighs the hard side of it, if that makes any sense. I don't know what's going on with my hair right now. I'm just going to put it up. Another thing that I took from it was not to compare your physique, your journey, anything else to anybody else. And that was on the shoot and in the run up to the shoot. It was really sometimes difficult to not compare yourself to somebody else that you know is going to be on that shoot, that looks better than you, is, has spent more time building than you. It's, everybody is different. Everybody has different genetics. Everybody will lose fat from different places. Everybody on that shoot was different, and it was so nice just to see everyone has put in so much work and they're on their own journey. And it's so easy as well to fall into the comparison trap on social media, and it's just learning just to get out of that cycle. Like, everybody is different, everyone's a different height, a different weight, everyone's been on this journey a different, everybody's their own person. So you've only got to remember that it's you against you. You need to think, I'm the hardest working person in this room, sort of mindset, and you can only do the best that you can do. And I think that is a massive takeaway in life as well as this photo shoot. I think another thing I've learned as well is learning to just really get in the mindset of delayed gratification. What you do now will affect you tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. And I feel like it's given me a really good and fresh mindset coming out of this of, right, now's the time that I can use to maintain and build. And the delayed gratification part of that is what I'm building now, I will see next year. And there's something really giving me like a drive to be like, I want to be better for myself next year. Because if this again has taught me anything, is getting into, the best shape that I've ever been in, the confidence it gives you, not just because you look good, but you feel good, and that confidence just spills out onto every other part of your life. I feel like there's just something really driving about it. So that's a massive thing. And I think delayed gratification could come into any part of your life. If you're learning a new skill now that's going to help you get another job in like 3 or 4 months, the delayed gratification is now that you put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the effort, and it will pay off. Everything always pays off. Hard work always pays off in whatever aspects of life. Trust me. Another thing I think I'd be able to maybe cope better with, I don't know, is the post-shoot cravings. They are mad. Like they are. I could have quite literally eaten everything in the house tenfold the last 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, we're 3 weeks out from the shoot now, and I could have eaten everything. Like the cravings are wild, and learning to deal with that craving is hard. I think it's only the last sort of week that I've really sort of calmed down and seen that, again, what your brain wants short term, your brain wants comfort and survival. I'm not saying I'm not surviving, but your brain wants comfort, and sometimes you just need to tell your brain, no, I don't need it, I don't want it, because the way that you feel after you've eaten something that you really shouldn't have, that you didn't need, that you didn't really want, but your brain just signalled that you wanted it because your hunger levels were all over the place. The way you feel after is horrible. It's guilt, it's regret, it's just, it honestly really played with my mind. And all of the girls, I think I felt the same. And obviously the girls that have competed, the girls that have done shoots before, all warned us all about it, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. Like I said, it's kind of calmed down a bit now, and because I'm on more calories, I don't find that I'm hungry really. I'll still get an off-plan meal every week, and I more than enjoy it. And even after that, sometimes you're like, did I really need to eat that? But I think the freedom of having an off-plan meal every week and, possibly a dessert or whatever, it kind of just gets it out your system. And I think that's what you need, because when you're back in any sort of diet, cut, prep, whatever, you're not going to be able to eat it. So make the most of it now. Another thing is letting go of being shoot lean. I really struggle, and I'm really struggling every morning, like stepping on the scales. They're not necessarily moving loads at the moment, like I seem to be maintaining, but just letting go of being that lean. I think you get into the mindset of stepping on the scale every morning and just wanting to see a drop, and that motivating you. So when you see it going up, and it's obviously for good reason, you've got more food in you, you're building, you've got more muscle, you've got more glycogen in your muscles, all the rest of it. It just takes it's like a switch, and trying to flip that switch at the moment is a lot, and trying to let go of your leany self because you've worked so hard for that goal is it's a lot. Like it's a real mind game. I went to the gym a couple of times in like the biggest, baggiest t-shirts because I just couldn't bear to look at myself. And that might seem more wild to other people, but when you're living it, you're just like, I hate the way I look. So that also is another thing, is just learning to let go of your leaner self and focus now on the next goal. The next goal is to build, is to look better, the delayed gratification for next year. So that's a lot. That's been a wild one. The other thing is, you always need to lose more weight than you think. And what I mean by that is, when I was dieting last year, when I first got with my coach, we nearly got down to about 110 pounds. I started on about 120, and for me, I felt amazing. But then obviously I've got down to 102 pounds on this cut from 120, and it sort of makes you realise that you always need to lose more weight than you think. If I was going to step on stage, I would need to lose even more, because I still wouldn't have been lean enough by any measure. So yeah, I think that's kind of taught me that you always need to lose more weight than you think. You almost need to set yourself a new standard. So for me before, 110 was a high standard. Now for me, 102. And I'm not saying that in terms of next year I'll get down to 102. Hopefully if I've built some more muscle, I won't be that, I won't be that. But if you understand what I mean, you just need to set yourself higher standards. You need to create a new identity and set yourself higher standards. And the last thing is to enjoy it. No one's forcing you to do this. No one's forcing you to do any of it. So you need to enjoy the process. And yeah, there will be some days where you just think, I just don't want to do this. But long term, it is so worth it. And that goes for anything in life. The more you show up for yourself, the more you create a new level of self-respect. And again, that will spill over into other parts of your life. Even if there are hard days, they are always worth it. You are choosing this. You're choosing to better yourself. You're choosing to go through this process. So enjoy it, because the reward and sense of accomplishment at the end of it is so worth it. I've had the biggest nap ever today. It's been really nice. Oh, why? I sat in the sun earlier for like, I don't know, probably like an hour. Had my dinner and then just felt really, really like sick. Just so I thought I'd go and have a little nap in the dark in the lounge. So we got the blinds shut, and I did feel a little bit better, but really need to get out of the habit of like doom scrolling, and it's something I'm really trying to work on at the moment, is just stopping the constant, like it's hard because you feel like you're in a catch-22. Like, I really want to grow my socials, probably YouTube more than anything, because I enjoy it the most. Like, I enjoy creating on YouTube the most, but I just feel like to grow on socials you've got to be on socials, and then it's a lot. But I am really trying to stop the constant doom scroll. So I've been doing a lot of reading on Substack and stuff, so when I feel myself reach for my phone, instead of going straight onto Instagram, or like going on TikTok is just dangerous, I've been going to like Pinterest or Substack to read something, so it just, I don't know, like enriches your mind sort of thing, if you know what I mean. So I've been doing that a lot lately. But yesterday I saw on, I think it was Courtney Black's Instagram, she put on that there's a feature on your iPhone, if you've got an iPhone, that's called downtime, and you can set this downtime so at a certain time every night and then a certain time every morning certain apps are blocked. I mean, they're not totally blocked. If you really wanted to go on, you could, but mentally it like wipes them, it like dims them on your home screen. So for example, I've now set it so after 7:45 I can't go on Instagram, I can't go on TikTok. I think I've allowed Substack, YouTube and Pinterest, because I find that they're more inspiring than anything else, and especially it doesn't come back on until 6:30 the next morning. So for example, if I was going to do early morning cardio or something, I might want to go on YouTube. Well, I always go on YouTube. So I've allowed that, because YouTube, I feel like I watch a lot of stuff, like lifestyle, fitness, like educational stuff on YouTube. So I've allowed that app, and obviously like my coaching app, my Aura app, like apps that I actually need in the morning to like check in and weigh in and stuff. But you can pick what apps you do and don't want, and it doesn't block them because you can then go on them again, but it says that the app is blocked, do you want to open it, sort of thing. So it makes you stop and think about what you're actually doing, which generally you don't want to go on any of these apps. You're just opening them just out of habit, which if you're anything like me is exactly what happens. So that's a really good tool. It's called Downtime, and it's not an app, you don't have to download it, you don't have to pay for it, it's just a feature that's on your iPhone. So that's something I'm really trying to implement. So you will not hopefully see me on Instagram past 7:45 now. Just because I'm really trying to work on my sleep schedule as well. Obviously with it being hot, I'm trying to do everything I can to get a good night's sleep, because I'm not sleeping well at the minute. It's really affecting me, and I think that's why I'm so like exhausted today, because I forced myself up to go to Pilates to get myself up and out, and then I feel like I've just done too much. I'm probably not drank enough water this morning. I think I had 2 litres, and then we went out for a big walk. I think I just overdid it, but I'm okay again now. I've had a big nap and sacrificed my son for the day, but it's just so pleasant now. It's like perfect temperature now. So Mike's just cooking our evening meal. I've got burgers, no buns, with sweet potato fries, and I'm gonna have salad rather than greens because I feel like it's a bit more refreshing than greens. And then I've got a creamy, I've got a creamy on plan. So on my rest days, I'm now load of creamy, which is hella exciting. So I've saved my dark chocolate that I should have had in my yogurt bowl from earlier to put in my creamy, and then maybe, because it's honey cereal flavour, I might just put 10 grams of honey loops, honey Cheerios in there, because I think it's like 32 calories. So flexibility, it is amazing. I am making the most of it, but I've still got 4,000 steps to do, so I don't know whether we're going to wait until after we've eaten to go and do those or not. Maybe. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the sun. I have a very crispy Coke 00 to enjoy, and I'm going to try and stay off of my phone. Actually, I'm going to go back on Substack because I was reading some really good articles on there earlier. So I'm going to go back on Substack and go and read some stuff and just try and stay off Instagram. I'm not posting today. I want to kind of just stay off it for today. I feel like sometimes it's just very overwhelming. But yeah, like I said, when you're trying to grow on there, it's really hard to stay off it because you need to be on there to grow. So, catch 22. Dinner is served. Yum! Had literally a sprinkle of cheese and one piece of bacon. Mike's dinner. Yum! It is creamy time. So excited. I'm literally just putting like a handful of these on top because it is honey cereal flavour, so it'd be rude not to, really, wouldn't it? Kind of dangerous having things like this in the house with me and Mike about, because cereal is Mike's kryptonite, and then once I see Mike eating it, I want to eat it, so it's not a good thing to have. But I'm going to eat this before it completely melts because it is still absolutely boiling hot outside. And yeah, I'll catch you next week. That is so noisy. I will catch you next week for another vlog.